Look, I'm fully aware that this is not a relevant video anymore because MiniNats was 6 months ago. But the moment that we got back from MiniNats, life started kicking me in my old balls like you would not believe. And now we're moving into October, and it ain't let up. So I recorded a whole bunch of clips for this video the week after MiniNats and still have not edited them. So I figure it's time to do some editing. I haven't released a video in probably about 4 months, and I need to get back on this channel. So if you're not into the conversations that I typically have with the 6 viewers that watch this show, you might want to skip this, because this is basically going to be a podcast with a whole bunch of editing and a few video clips mixed into it. All right, boys and girls, let's talk about our trip to Maggie Valley, because I really want to show you all the good stuff that I brought back from MiniNats. And ever since we got back, life got super hectic, and it don't look like it's gonna let up over the next few weeks. So let's talk about Maggie Valley and the trip to and from. Now, last year we got stuck in Atlanta sitting in traffic for 4 hours, and that happened on the way there and the way back. So this year I'm not going through Atlanta. This year we jumped on 331, went up to Montgomery, hopped on I-65, almost to Birmingham, at which point we were on a different road going towards Tennessee. Now, I got a friend who is constantly giving me a hard time because I can count the number of states that, as an adult, I have visited on one hand. And Tennessee is not on that list. So not only do we get to avoid Atlanta, but as an added bonus, I get to add Tennessee to this list. Now, what I didn't count on was that Knoxville and Chattanooga are almost as bad as Atlanta. Now, our plan was to basically go north of Maggie Valley and then come back across the mountain into them. But all the interstates up in the mountainous area there seem to be under construction. And that's not fun when you've lived on a flat Florida landscape your entire life. So if you're from Florida and you catch yourself in the mountains, that speed limit sign, it's not a suggestion like it is back home. It's pretty much the breaking point where you might die if you exceed it. So after a couple of near-death experiences, we rolled into Maggie Valley on Thursday evening about 15 minutes before the rain started. I ain't getting out in the rain to go watch the cruising. Sorry, just ain't gonna happen. So Friday morning, we let the field dry out a little bit. We headed on over to the show. And probably about midday, I was filming this truck. Now, before I started filming the top half of the truck, which I'm not sure how I was gonna do that, I'm only 6'1", the truck was way up there. Anyway, I saw a guy reach up and throw something in the truck. It was one of these. A flyer for Dropped and Destroyed 21. Now, I'm told this is a really great show, but it's in Ohio. So if you're there in September, go check it out. But it was at that moment that I realized who threw it in there. Yep, that guy. We had probably a 15-20 minute conversation, and I totally forgot the video top half of that truck altogether. So after we got done talking to Patrick and letting him get back to promoting his show, then we found ourselves in a crowd of people that was not moving. And I looked around and I realized, wait, now there's a crowd of people behind us that are not moving. Then somebody said, "Is this the merch line?" And I looked down and I followed the line of people, and then I followed the line of people. Yes, it is. So I went down to the food vendor area, whipped out my handy dandy lounge chair, and sat. My wife decided she was already in line, so she'll wait to get us some shirts and what have you. 2 hours later, this happened. She had just spent 2 hours in line, and she wasn't going nowhere because she was like second or third person away from the window. So when she walked away, she got her a hat. Now later that day, she decided it was too tall and she didn't like the way it looked on her head, so she got me a new hat. And she got me a new MiniNats shirt. And she got herself a bright yellow one that is matching. And then later, when she tried it on, she realized she did not like the way the yellow one fit her, so she got me 2 shirts. And she got me a new banner for the garage. 30th anniversary, baby. And it is going to look wonderful on that wall right there. Of course, now we're gonna have to move a whole bunch of this stuff around in order to get it all up there, but we'll do that later in the video. Now, I did something at this show that I have never done at another car show. I slowed down. I just relaxed and lived in the moment. Friday evening, we met up with the Zip Tie crew and we hung out with them for a couple hours, and he gave me this. How cool is this? This is one of those 1980s, maybe into the 90s, probably early to mid 80s, carnival prizes that you would win at the county fair. That is some 80s goodness right there. So, thank you, sir. I didn't hardly video anything of the cruising. I was just hanging out, enjoying the evening, so I had a blast. Now, after that, we were going to relocate and find somewhere where the vehicles were moving a little faster and try to get some scraping and what have you, and maybe watch the drag show. That might not be the right term. So we went to our room for a restroom break, and next thing you know, we were in the hot tub and never made it out to watch any more cruising. I think it was Friday night. I saw a video of Clint Street Machines where he was working on his wife's pickup truck so that they could go to MiniNats. So I knew what he was driving. Saturday morning, We went down, got some ice and what have you, came back, and on the way back, I saw a truck that looked similar to the one that he was working on, his wife's truck. So as we passed the truck, I looked over around the passenger to look at the driver and realized that's a woman. That's not Clint, so different truck. About that time, Clint goes, "Well, there's Johnny Mac right there." Clint was the passenger. I looked around him to see if it was him driving, and it wasn't. So we got together with Clint and Emily. So Clint started unloading a few items that he wanted me to have, and my wife looks at me and says, "Why is everybody giving you gifts?" So let's take a look at what Clint Street Machines sent to the Wrong Way Garage. Now, the first thing Clint gave me was a set of wheel caps for Corvette rally wheels. Now, currently, I don't have any wheels to put them on, but I bet you they'll look great on that wall over there with all the other Corvette stuff. And then later in life, if I have a need for them, I'll know where they're at. The next thing I got, I'm not going to take it out of the bag. It is a kicker crossover. Actually, a pair of them. There's 2 bags of them. Which is pretty convenient because the stupid truck is planned to have a kicker sound system in it when everything's said and done. So this is going to come in handy later in life. Now, the absolute most coolest thing that Clint gave me I freaking love it. I haven't even opened this box. I wanted to wait and do it with you guys. For all I know, it's got Schrodinger's cat in it. Oh, yes. Son, I tell you. Part of me wants to display it right up there. Part of me knows how dirty it gets in this garage, and I just need to keep this tucked away inside the box until it's needed in that truck. Wow. I ain't even gonna take it out of the bag. I could be wrong, but that thing looks brand spanking new. Apparently he got it for next to nothing at an estate sale. Didn't really have a use for it, but did not want it to end up getting thrown away because the family didn't know what it was. So, thank you, Clint. Now, we collected stickers on this trip like my first girlfriend collected notches on her bedpost. I'll show you all these later. I'll show you the stickers, not the bedpost. Now, after we got in the show, we made our way over to the Custom Life Grinder TV Pretty Low corporate conglomerate tent. And I saw this shirt at the Custom Life shop and really wanted it. So naturally, the wife bought it for me. Now, at that moment, Frank was there and Brian was out at the show filming and what have you. And Tammy Lynn looks at me and says, "Well, I bought something from Frank. I need to buy something from Brian." So she goes over to Brian's part of the tent and picked up a hat. And she really likes this hat, so I don't get another one. And she likes it because it's not super tall. That's sort of both the style that we both like. Once I did catch up with Brian, I told him I was looking for something specific that was not to be found on his website and was curious, do you have anything like that? And what I wanted was a 16 or 24-inch square logo of the GTV so that I can put it on this wall right here. And I was hoping for one that was, say, neon yellow, but I think that'll be just fine. It's even got the cat on it, which is perfectly fitting considering how many cats we got here at the Wrong Way Garage. Now, later when Clint and I were hanging out and I was filming him doing his part for the first video that I released while I was at MiniNats, who would happen to stumble upon us? Jack from Miss Tentatious. Got to meet him and his lovely bride, and that was super, super cool. Of course, now Jack ended up leaving MiniNats to run over to the Rod Run because, I don't know, something or another about squatted trucks. I'm not sure. Now that evening, Clint and his wife Emily went to dinner with us, and we went and watched some cruising and what have you. And once again, I did not really take any video footage. All the footage I have is basically the footage that my wife took. Came to the cruising, this entire weekend of MiniNats, I was just enjoying it. I wasn't really there to video, and I apologize to you guys, but at the same time, this was the first MiniNats that I got to enjoy more so than feeling like I was rush, film the vehicles, and then when it's all said and done, I got to watch my own video to know what I saw. This show, I actually slowed down and enjoyed the vehicles and appreciated the work that went into these vehicles. So that was awesome. So come Sunday morning, obviously, it got rained out. We were planning to stay till Monday, so the wife and I, we took a cruise up through the mountains and visited a couple of tourist locations or what have you. And come Monday morning when we headed out, we decided pick a different route because of all the construction, which I believe was in Tennessee. Now come Monday morning, we got ready to leave. We asked Siri, get us a route to the house. And she picked one that went around Atlanta. It was only an hour longer than going through Atlanta, which means it's 3 hours quicker by the time you figure the 4-hour traffic delay in Atlanta. So we picked a route that took us through yet another state. That makes 7 states that I've been to as an adult. Yay! We closed the app, went to breakfast, and then we headed out. Pulled the app back up, clicked our route, what we thought was the same route, and right before it turned us onto a interstate to go through Atlanta, we realized something was wrong with this route, so we stopped at a Cracker Barrel and ate. And when we left Cracker Barrel, we picked a new route that avoided Atlanta. Little did we know that this new route was going to take us through every back road in South Georgia. Now, don't get me wrong. The back roads in South Georgia are way better than this BS we've got in Holmes County. I mean, the culvert for the creek at the end of my road has been down since Hurricane Sally. Half of it's washed out, and the county's already gotten paid for it, but they apparently don't know how to fix it or something, because it ain't fixed. Sorry. Anyway, Siri was taking us down every back road. Thankfully, they were all paved and, like I say, in better condition than Holmes County is in Florida. But they were all nice roads. But man, there's no scenery because it's nothing but pine trees on both sides for most of the time. We even went down a road called Old Balls Ferry Road. Soon as I saw that turn pop up on the GPS, I thought, get your camera ready. We're going to take a picture of that street sign on the way by. Would you believe somebody done went and stole that street sign? All I wanted was a picture. But no, can't do that. It still had the little thing at the top of the post that the street sign's supposed to sit in, but no sign. So all I got out of it was a screenshot from the GPS. So what was supposed to be a 7 to 8 hour trip back ended up being 12 hours. And the only road construction we really ran into was in Holmes County right over here, and them boys wasn't letting nobody through, so we had to find another route to get to my house. And we were only 10 miles from the house. Run us out of the way quite a bit. So thank you, Holmes County Road Department, for fixing a road other than ours. Let's do this before I get off on a rant. But we're basically going to have to take everything off that wall and either rearrange it or relocate it or a combination of both. So let's see if we can fit all of these banners and what have you up there. And then I'll show you all the stickers that we collected. All right, we're going to do one of those hurry up and make it happen kind of things right here because when it's all said and done, it's not long enough for music to be there anyway. But I put all the banners up, and then I realized that, oh, well, that ain't going to work because there's too much space right there. So let's do it again. Why? Because this is the wrong way garage, and nothing gets done right on the first try. All right, here's our new wall. I got the hearing protection sign relocated over next to the speakers where it should have been the whole time. Relocated West Main Street. Got our banners in place. Put the steering wheel back up. Had to find a spot for that. I do wish that banner, if I'd have asked for one that was white with a black logo, or even with the black and a white or bright yellow logo, that would be awesome. I freaking love that cat. So I love that to death. Now, we've got room up here and also over here to put some more smaller banners, so we'll see what we collect in the future. I want to put this up there somewhere, but got to figure out a better way to mount it because that ain't going to work right there. Alright, so I told you guys that we would take a look at all the stickers. So I'm going to spread them all out on the hood of the truck. We'll have a look at them. Oh crap, I almost forgot. For 2 years now, at MiniNats, I have watched Brian Good from Grinder TV sell the very last hoodie that was the design I was looking for and in my size. I watched him sell it 2 years in a row, and it was the last one. So I jumped on his website, and currently he's not printing it. But Grinder TV sent me a consolation prize? I don't know. But this should, ooh, crap. This should be a 2X hoodie. Oh, look, with some stickers. Let's pick that up. Oh my gosh. This is a limited edition only, as it was described to me, for big boys, because he made bigger sizes. How freaking cool is that? Yeah, baby. Thank you, Brian. I actually waited to open that on camera. I mean, we're almost into October, so it's about time to open that box regardless. Now, my wife has already claimed half these stickers, but Patrick gave us quite a few from, what's that, Rockabilly Ruckus. Dropped and destroyed, rather. Well, yep, dropped out sticker. Zip Tie Diaries. We got some Brat Fink stickers from Clint over at Clint Street Machine. He's building a Subaru Brat, and it's looking really cool, but he's working on his S10 right now. Got a kick store, because my wife doesn't know how not to buy a hat. Got Mini Truckin', MiniNats stickers. Frank over at Custom Life gave us several really super cool stickers. I like that one with that font on the Custom Life. And then of course we have, of course, now that one, and that one, and there was in that care package. Maybe it was, I don't remember. Anyway, got our stickers from Grinder TV. Thank you to all of you guys for giving us stickers. I don't think I have as many stickers as there was notches on that bedpost. I don't remember. Now, Clint gave me more stickers than just the one that you saw there, but they're all on the desk at the house, and I'm not going over there to get them right now because, well, it's raining, because Hurricane Helene is making its way into the Big Bend area of Florida, which means that my entire area in the Panhandle is going to have rain and probably some high winds before it's all over, but nothing like they're experiencing on the west coast of Florida and the Big Bend area. So I'm not going to complain about some rain considering what everybody else is going through. So I'll show you those stickers when I stick them on something, I guess. As always, peace, love, and mini trucks.